one, or you can do it in your notebooks, either way. Whatever you like. The manager of a Starbucks store decides to experiment with a new blend of coffee. Okay, so she is going to mix some B grade coffee that sells for $5 per pound with 40 pounds of coffee that sells for $10 per pound to get the new blend. The selling price of the new blend is to be $7 per pound, and there is to be no difference in revenue from selling the new blend versus selling the other types. What does that mean? Making the same amount of money. We're not charging more for it because we mix them together. Okay, so we're charging the same amount, we just mix them together for a different flavor. All right, how many pounds of the B grade coffee are required? So what are the two things we don't know? Yep, the pounds of A grade and the pounds of B grade. We have two types of coffee we're mixing together.
I thought it said 40 pounds.
Oh yeah, I did tell you that, didn't I? So we do know that we have 40 pounds of that one. So the other thing would be the pounds of, let's say, the total. So let's say pounds of the B. C could be our total pounds or mixture, however we want that to be. Okay, so our first equation. I'm mixing the A and B to get a new one, right? Do I know how much of A I use? How much? So we have plus how many pounds of B? X to get how many pounds of the total? All right. The second equation is kind of like your T problem yesterday. It's talking about the price. How much is the A grade worth? $5 per pound for, or yeah, A is $5 is the B, the $10 is the A, and the $7 is the total, right? So we have to multiply the pounds with the cost for each. So if I have 40 pounds of A grade coffee, and it is $10 per pound, then how much is that going to cost? 400. So in that tea example, your final mixture, you are getting 80 pounds of tea that you're going to sell for $2.90 a pound. So you have to take the 290 times 80 to get your total there. X is the B grade coffee, and the cost of the B grade coffee is 5. And Y is my total, and the cost of my total. All right. So, substitution, elimination, whatever we want here. You just want to substitute. First equation is already y equals. So let's plug that in. So we have 400 plus 5x equals 7 times 40 plus x. Subtract the 280 over, subtract the 5x, and our x is 60. The question was how many pounds of the B grade coffee, so do I even need to plug it back in to get y? No, I only asked for that one thing on this one, so. hopefully that clarifies one of the homework questions. Are you okay with that? I also want to look at the last one on that handout from yesterday. Is it this one? I have it done, right? Okay. So we did one with a system of 3 equations. And what strategy did I tell you? Elimination. You take 2 equations at a time, eliminate a variable, right? And then we have to use the third equation, one of the first 2, and eliminate the same variable. If you just look at this, what variable would be the best to eliminate? Z. Why is that one so good? If you look at the third equation, does it have a Z? No. So if I put the first 2 together and eliminate Z, then I can go ahead and put that answer with the third one. So let's try that. And it already lines up. I don't have to do anything special for Z to cancel. So if I add those together, we get 3x, 2y equals 3. Now what? I want to put these together. So let's say I take this one times a -1, so my x's cancel. When I add those together, what happens? Here equals 3. So what do I want you to write there? There is no solution, and we call that an inconsistent system. I want to do a few more practice problems. Let's do another one with 3 equations. So you can add this at the bottom of that handout if you want, or your notes, whatever you like. Is there an easiest variable to eliminate here? Not really. All equations have all variables. So let's just take 2 equations. If I took the first and second, what do you want to eliminate? X. Okay. I'm going to start with these 2. If I want to eliminate x, I would have to take the first one times multiply the second equation. When I add these together, positive 4x and negative 4x cancel. Negative 15y plus 7z equals negative 7. Now, I haven't used the third equation yet, so I have to take this one no matter what. And I have to eliminate what variable? X. Otherwise, it does me no good. So I have to use that one to eliminate x. So which one do you want to pair it with? First one. And we'll have to take it times negative 3 now. And didn't change the last one. We add positive and negative 6x cancel. So now my goal is to take these two equations and eliminate something. They both have a y and a z. What do you want to eliminate? Z. So probably take this one times. Okay, so. Is everybody with me to this point? So I get 48y equals 32. Divide by 48. 32 over 48 reduces to 2/3. Am I going to panic because we got a fraction? No, I told you we don't have to get nice pretty answers all the time. Okay, now what do I do? Plug it in. So I'm just going to plug it in right here, I think. So negative 9 times y plus z is negative 7. Add 6, z is negative 1. And then plug both of those into one of the originals. So if I just go with the first one, okay, 2x plus 6y minus z, so plus 1 equals 6. 6 times 2/3 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2z is 1, and z is 1/2. Yeah. I just changed it to a z in the middle of my problem. So, answer alphabetical order x, y, z. So 1/2, 2/3, negative 1. Do we need any more with 3 variables? I'd like to do a non-linear one. We didn't do any of those yesterday, we did them the first day. So something that's not just an x and a y. This one has an x and a y, but what's different about it? They're multiplied, it's x times y. So can I just add these equations together and eliminate something? Not really. I can't, if I add negative 5xy and x, nothing cancels, does it? They're not like terms, I can't put them together. Substitution. What would be easiest to solve for? X in the first, second equation? Okay. So that means x 3, 5 plus 15y. Then I sub that back into the first. So negative 5. I'm replacing my x with a 5 plus 15y times a y plus 2 equals 0. This is the same thing as if I said negative 5y times the 5 plus 15y? So what do we have to do? Okay. Now what? I'm going to move everything to the other side. I like my square term to be positive. So 75y squared plus 25y minus 2 equals 0. Okay, so if we try slip and slide, what multiplies to a negative 150 and adds to 25?
Positive 30 and 50.
Divide the 75 back. Okay. 30 over 75, what does that reduce to? So if you divide them both, 2/5, so that would be 5y plus 2. Okay, this one 5 over 75 reduces to positive 1 over 50. Am I done? No, you have to get x. Since I have two y's, we know we're going to have multiple points. So I'm plugging those back in. You can go with either of the originals. I think the easiest would be the spot where we said x is 5 plus 15y. So that would be 15 times negative 2/5 is negative 6, so we get negative 1. So negative 1, negative 2/5 is an answer. Plug in the 115. Remember, when they were nonlinear, you were getting multiple answers sometimes. Okay. Questions? All right, so we have reviewed all the different types. Yesterday I posted a handout on Classroom. I went in and I added 3 questions to the bottom of that. So yesterday it was 5 question handout, today it's 8 questions. That's the remainder of the homework. So you guys have basically 2 handouts worth of stuff for me, right? And I'm not collecting that first one because I told you you could add this next one onto the bottom of it if you want to. So tomorrow it's all due. You have the rest of the hour to work and ask questions.